Alrighty, well recently I've had quite a few people come to me on the email and shoot me an email or in the comments section saying, Pete, how do I find property in the Philippines? So today's vlog is going to be about how to find real estate in the Philippines. Alright, so let's get into it. First of all, the very best way to find property in the Philippines is not on the internet. I'm just going to tell you that. The best way is actually, for example, if you're looking for a condo, is to go to the building itself and talk to security and ask them, is there anything vacant in the building? Something that's been sitting there a long time that someone just is desperate to sell. And give them a tip, give them some money or something like that to try and entice them. That's the very best way. However, many folks can't do that. They don't have the luxury of actually physically being in the place, and they want to have a look before arriving. So to do that, you need to go on the internet, of course. So we've got a few sites. The first site that I use is this site, olx.ph. OLX used to be known as sulit.com.ph. They recently changed their name to olx.ph. Now let's just have a look. Let's search for something that we want. Okay, so let's look. Let's say you're looking for a condominium in Makati. So we type condo, Makati. Now, for you Aussies out there, what this is this is an online version of something like, let's say, the Trading Post, Gumtree, or Craigslist back in Australia. It'd be something like that. Okay, so now we have 3,218 results in OLX, and I mainly use OLX, and I have actually found some property on OLX that I have bought in Makati, actually, funnily enough. Now, having a look here, you'll see the section to the right hand side, apartments, houses, townhouses. So we're going to click apartment and condominium because we don't want to see the houses and we want to filter it. Again, you can see there's bloody everything here, and most of what it looks like I can see is development stock. Preferably, I don't like development stock. I've never really bought anything in Asia directly from a developer. Okay, I've never done that just because I found the prices that they're listing it for is just too expensive. So what I would go is the top right hand corner and click cheapest first. What this is going to do for you is it's going to filter out from low to high the properties. And some properties are ridiculous. It's saying 100 grand. All of these here are scams. They're all scams. So what we need to do is we need to get past all these bloody scams. So again, if you see these ones highlighted in yellow, these are featured property. Again, these featured properties are just like ads they advertise with the website. I don't recommend you click those ads. Look, it's a grind. It's going to take you a long time to find what you want. You have to filter through so much nonsense in the Philippines. It's just absolutely ridiculous. This is why, okay, when people try and sell and do a resale, it is hard to resell because on most of these sites, okay, and this is why I said, internet, searching for property on the internet for the Philippines is not the best, okay? And this is why I'm saying searching on these sites, they're mostly from the developer or some kind of broker that's posting heaps and heaps of listings. So you just have to trawl, and it's a really, really tedious job. Like, you go from low to high, and mate, we could be here forever. You have to get to a reasonable level, say around about probably 1 or 2 million peso. But again, avoid these little yellow ones here, okay? These ones here, where I've got the cursor, the mouse over, that's okay, alright? They're actually alright. They're real listings, but again, they're scams, because it says only 200,000. Let me tell you, there is no property in central Manila, Makati, for sale for 200,000 peso. The cheapest you'll find is probably low to mid 1 millions. You will find something. So I'm just going to try and skip ahead to about 1 million. Wow, still 250. And why they're scams is that they lure you in. They say, oh, it's only 300, it's only 400. It's not only 300, it's not only 400. They're saying that's the money you need to put as a down payment, okay? That's the minimum you have to pay, and then you pay it off and you pay the interest over time. Just ignore those ones. Rightio, so we're finally getting somewhere. We're at the 1 million mark. You can see this one here where I've got the cursor over. It could possibly be real. It could be an older resale. We want older resale properties. We don't want new. We don't want to buy from a broker or a developer. Look, a broker's okay as long as it's an older condominium. We don't want new. New's expensive. You're going to get ripped off. You're not going to get the return on investment that you need or want. Assume balance over condo for sale near Makati. Assume balance doesn't seem right, but what I do is I hit open new tab. So it's right click, open new tab. Okay, so then you don't use your place, alright? Because like you really do have to trawl here. So you can see here, it could be an older unit. I don't know. Assume balance. So maybe they have a loan. It does look a bit new. It's possibly worth inquiring. Okay, possibly. Okay, so let's keep trawling. We've got to keep trawling here. Alright, so another one that I've seen here is these rent-to-own properties. So I've just clicked into that. I didn't tab that. I didn't mean to do that. But anyway, you'll see here only 1.2 million. Again, it's probably nonsense. It says the monthly figures. Again, that's a scam. Okay, it is a scam, and it's not even in the area that we want, which is Makati, so Mandaluyong City. That's not where you want to be, okay? So yeah, it can be a scam, but why I clicked on it is rent to own for two reasons. You need to understand rent to own. Rent to own is for people that do not have money, okay? So they can potentially buy the property from the developer, and they call it rent to own. The developer can't give you a loan in a lot of circumstances, or the person, if someone's bought it for like 1 million, they're trying to do a flip and sell it for 1.4. And how they're going to make 1.4 is that they're going to sell it to you at 1.4 million. That person is going to make 400,000. Usually it's brokers or developers doing this, by the way. And they also charge a hefty amount of interest. Like you've seen there earlier, they only started to talk about, the interest. And even here it says, 20K monthly. That's usually just the interest component. So you do need to be careful because, it could be a 10 or 12% interest rate and you're just paying interest forever. Again, it's not really what you want. Okay, again, we have another rent-to-own condo. Look, it can work for those people that don't have the money. Yes, you might have a good job, you might have good income, you don't have the cash money to actually buy it and buy it now. So it might work for you to do a rent-to-own, but beware because you will pay more money. They've inflated the price because they know they're going to actually, sell it to you at rent-to-own because you're desperate. You're in a situation where you have to do rent-to-own, so they can inflate the price due to that, okay? When you're a cash buyer like me, okay? When you're a cash buyer like what I'm doing, okay? It's an acquisition. I've got all the negotiation power. I can do whatever I bloody well feel like. If it's worth 3 million, I can put in an offer at 1.8. I can do that, okay? But you don't have that power when it's rent to own. They're going to inflate the price. If it's worth 2 million, they're going to try and sell it to you for 2.99. Okay, so literally just trawling through so much developer nonsense, and it seems there's more now than ever. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to hit pause. I'm going to spend 10-15 minutes for you guys. I'm going to go through, look carefully for the resale property. Just remember, you're looking for resale property. You're not looking for developer or brokerage stock unless it's an older property and it's a resale. Preferably we want to find an expat or someone who's trying to sell direct online on the trading post here, which is, olx.ph. Alrighty. Now, it's been about 15 minutes, and what I've done is I've done the bloody nonsense and all the hard work for you guys, all the trawling. Now, there's just so much spam nowadays, it's unbelievable. So you can see these tabs. I've found some resales, and you'll be able to distinguish, after seeing these tabs and these different properties, this will help you to distinguish between developer stock and, people trying to sell, mortgagee in possession stock, or you know, someone that's desperate and they're trying to sell their resale. So let's just start with this one, which is the Avita, which I thought was really good. Avita's by Ayala, which is Ayala Developments, okay, which says condo type, studio type, reason for sale, RFS, owners retired, needs funds, near Don Bosco Makati. Non-negotiable, buyer should shoulder all fees. Ignore the fact that he says non-negotiable. Just ignore that. This is a real listing. This is not developer stock. This is someone that wants to sell. Okay, so let's have a quick look at the property. So you can see it does look second-hand. Okay. I don't know if it's ever been lived in. It might have been an investment someone bought, but they just don't want it anymore. They're asking 40,000 US dollars, mind you. So this gives you a good indication that you can actually buy property really cheaply. I'd offer something like 30,000 for this. Okay, so the next one is a good one. It's actually a really, really good one. So you can see selling price 2 million, no parking, but it does say that it's on the 4th floor and it's 52 square meters. Okay, it's located in the Palm Towers, San Antonio. We're going to have a quick look at the pictures. It looks like it has a view. Now that's good. Split type aircon. The building is a little bit older. It's got the old Parker floors and a big terrace balcony actually. Again, the price seems right. It does seem okay. Let's go back so you can see there's the property there. It is not a developer stock. 52 square meters is sizable. It is decent. It's tenanted until December 2017. This looks like a brokerage, a legitimate brokerage selling resale second-hand stock. So this is a legitimate sale, ladies and gentlemen. Again, selling price 2 million, which is actually $40,000 again. Okay, so you can see this one, which is another real listing. It says Bank Foreclosed Condominium Unit, De Trevi, Tower 1. Okay, so it's a 31 square meter unit. It's 2.8 million. It is a mortgagee in possession. It is a real listing, okay? I can tell you now, okay? So you can see some pictures here. So yeah, mortgagee can be a really good way. Ignore the price. You can always offer under. Okay, moving on. This is a nice building. This is the Eaton Tower in Makati. It's a really nice building and it's a very, very good location. This is real. It's connected by elevated covered walkway going to Makati Medical Center, Greenbelt, Landmark and Glorietta. Okay, it's 3.199. It is a bit more expensive. You know, roughly it's about $60,000 is the asking price, and it is a small unit. It does look like a small unit. It doesn't look like it's too old. It looks like it's probably, my guess is maybe a couple of years old. Probably someone bought it as an investment hoping to make money and it just hasn't. So they're trying to flip it. So yeah, maybe offer them 45,000, 44,000. Try your luck. Alright, so this one is good. It is really good. This is the best find that I found. In fact, I am actually interested in this property. Why? It's a foreclosure. It's 4706 square meters. Yes, it's a studio type, but it has a huge balcony. The other thing is I actually do know this building. I know the location. It looks like you can see that massive balcony. That's exactly what you want. That's gun. And in fact, I'm considering having a look at this for myself personally. This is a deal. This is a deal. Bel Air Soho. Look how big that balcony is. Now, let me tell you where this is. This is off P. Burgos Street in Makati, which is probably, you know, this where it is one street back from P. Burgos, which is the red light district in Makati. Okay, it's only about a 5-minute walk to things like Trump Tower, the new Trump Tower that's being built. It's a 5-minute walk to Ayala Triangle, so a lovely park there, and probably a 10-15 minute walk to Ayala Triangle. Sorry, not Ayala Triangle, Greenbelt, which is a huge mall. It's like a shopping center slash park. It's really cool, and you can see I've just noticed here. Look at that view. Now the photos are terrible. They're really, really bad. But it might be good for you because that is a really good condo. It's actually at the top of the building. When this first came out, you got to think that Manila is kind of like Tokyo, where they use, smaller unit sizes now. They're just getting smaller and smaller. There's a new development in Ortigas, actually, by SM. I forget the name of the development, but it's across the road from the Mega Mall, and the units are starting from 10 to 11 square meters. Very, very small. So yeah, now 40 or 50 square meters, this is going to be like your penthouse stuff. I know it sounds crazy. 10 years ago, yeah, you get a 100 to 200 square meter apartment, but yeah, gone are those days trying to find units like that for a reasonable price. It doesn't happen anymore. Yeah, this is a really good find. Alright, we are a bit over time. I'm just going to mention a few other websites. I usually use OLX, but haven't used them in a while, and what I found is there's just so much junk there. It's all developer stock. I also use Lamoody. From time to time, lamoody.com.ph is pretty good. You can find resale, but it's very similar. Probably I found used to be even worse, but than OLX. But the advantage are Lemurian, because it seems like OLX has just gone downhill. It used to be wonderful, but it's gone downhill. The advantage of this one is they have a foreclosures tab now. Be careful, make sure it is a real foreclosure though. So yeah, that is a key advantage, and you can see there are some properties here that they don't look like developer stock. It does look like real stock. 14,000 listings, so like they're out there, guys. They are out there. Alright, going to quickly mention this one, Island Properties. They have, not much available on their site. They don't have too many listings. Like the whole website is 2,000 listings. But the thing about this is most of the stock is not developer stock. The challenge with this website is most of it is not condominium title, which foreigners can own. Most of it is house and land stock. So that's your challenge with this one. The next one worth noting is Property 24. Again, I find this one and the next one being myproperty.ph trash. Again, they're trash. They are trash websites. I mean, you go through, there's so much spam. But it just looks like even on OLX, which is kind of like the trading post, there's a lot of spam there too. So yeah, it's getting harder and harder to find good resale properties. But think about this for a second, okay? If you know the building you want to be in, so let's just type in Bel Air Soho, okay? So this is the listing that I had found just earlier on OLX. If you know the building, this is the best way. Scout out what building, where you want to be, and then constantly be searching it. You can see now, okay, I've got 4 listings. 1 is junk, and 3 looks good. Okay, so the one to the right hand side, that's the listing we've already seen. It looks like these other 2 listings are duplicates, so it could be other brokers trying to sell the property for the bank and make money. So it is actually the same listing. So when you find resale stuff, it's rare as hen's teeth. Yes, it is to find it, but there is a lot out there. So yeah, it does look like a duplicate here. But yeah, look, you can find it. You just search. The best way is to search the name. Another one is Shangwan. Let's try Shangwan, which is Shangri-La building. So you can see the same thing again. Here we go, 12 units. Wow, there is a lot of junk. This one's real, 9 million. I know, because look, it takes time, and after time you'll get the hang of it. But yeah, it does take time. Like you gotta invest time, and you'll learn how to actually find and find the right properties. Know when you're looking at the wrong properties. But yeah, this is a real property. This is definitely real. So you can see this one. It does look like they have the display picture there, but this does look real. But yeah, look, that's all the time we had time for today. Guys, if you need any more help, if you need anything, I do understand how difficult it can be to find property. If you need some help, let me know. Happy to help out. Just leave a comment below. So thanks for watching. If you did like this video and you found it educational or informative, just please do share and subscribe. Thanks a lot. This has been Peter from the Property Club.